Hello there everyone, Kirsten here. So for today, I just thought I would do something new, something different that I have been wanting to try for quite a long time, and that is one of those monthly updated favorites type of videos. A majority of them mostly focus on like beauty products that they have been loving for that past month, but I thought, wouldn't it be really cool if I just kind of did it as kind of like an update on what's been happening, things I've tried the past few months. So I just thought that would be really fun to do. If you guys enjoy these type of videos or would like to see more in the future, just be sure to leave it down in the comments down below or leave a like, and I will continue to make more of these videos for what I've been doing for this past month. Okay, so moving on and diving right on into the questions. Question number 1 is, what was the funniest thing that happened to you? I had to really dedicate this time to really think about this for quite a few moments, to be exact. Nothing funny really did happen much, to be honest. The only thing I will say, however, is that occasionally when I wake up in the mornings, I'll listen into Grandpa's conversation with his buddies that he gets to talk to on the phone. A majority of his friends are like, I think somewhere back in Indiana or somewhere in like the central part of the States. So occasionally they will just talk to each other on the phone, and they will just randomly have like these conversations that would just leave me cracking up so hard. I can't even stand it sometimes, if that makes any sense. Like, it's so funny that you just actually think it's just too ridiculous or something. And just overall, my grandfather's humor in general just tends to make me laugh sometimes. It's just something else, I gotta be honest. Okay, so question number 2 is, what books did you read? I normally don't have time to read for the most part because I am very awful with time management, and sometimes I'll tend to focus on other things other than reading. But I did dedicate the time to read at least one book for this month. So this month, if you guys have seen my summer haul video, I mentioned a book known as Mistress by James Patterson. I never really did dedicated the time to actually sit down and give a good read for a pretty good while until lately this month. So when I was actually reading this book, it was very entertaining to read, and I just got hooked up into like reading this book so much. The nicest thing about this book too is that the chapters are a very short read, so it's not like these long ass chapters where they take like about 20 pages or something like that. As much as I am the type of person that really does love to read, sometimes I feel like it can be time consuming and a little bit tedious at times when it comes to reading books because of these long ass chapters. It was just a very good book overall, so I think that was the reason why I liked reading this book so much. The funny thing is this is my first James Patterson book, and my grandmother from Indiana decided to give this book to me and to allow me to read this over this past period of me being home. So the funny thing is I've noticed that he does a lot of movie references in his books, and the book overall kind of reminds me of Homeland a little bit. I don't know why. I think it had something to do with like top secret government related stuff. I don't want to give anything away about this book in particular, but it is a very interesting read, and I highly recommend this book so much. Okay, so question number 3 is, what movies or TV shows have you watched? I feel like I have watched plenty of movies and TV shows this past month, so first 2 things I wanted to point out is the TV shows I have been watching on TV lately is I just recently, or at least I'm currently watching The Affair, but I think as I am recording right now, the season finale should be this Sunday. Currently, I am on season 3. I think by the time I upload this video, I've completely finished watching that whole series altogether. I am also currently watching Homeland season 6. Now, in terms of what I have been watching on Netflix, in terms of TV show wise actually, I have watched Supernatural season 2. I will be starting season 3 pretty soon. And also, if you guys have watched my Christmas haul, I recently started watching the Walking Dead series, both season 5 and season 6. So I just finished season 5. That is completely done. And right now I am still watching season 6, but I think by the time I upload this video, I think I should be completely finished with that TV show all on itself. So I think that is pretty much it for the most part with TV shows generally. Now, in terms of movie-wise, I got to watch a whole bunch of movies this month. I actually had to put it down on my phone so I could read it. So the movies I have watched this month was Phaedra, Florence Foster Jenkins, which was so funny. I highly recommend that movie. The Legend of Tarzan, Don't Breathe, The House is October Built, which was also on Netflix. And then finally I got to watch The Girl on the Train. All of these movies were really good, and I highly recommend all of them, to be exact. Overall, I felt really pleased with all the movies that I have watched. There wasn't a single lousy movie that I did watch this month. All of them were really good, so the TV shows and the movies that I have mentioned in this video all in itself, I highly recommend those type of films. Hopefully that'll keep you guys entertained for a while. Okay, so question number 4 is, what is something you did that made you proud of yourself? I think for the month of January all in itself, I mostly felt proud that I have been putting in a lot of dedication, a lot of time and effort into my videos. I would say that is something I feel very proud to be doing. I'm really happy to be doing these type of videos whenever necessary possible. And I'm really glad that I got to, purchase the right types of equipment to make my videos a little bit better. And I'm still continuing to learn how to better improve my content a little bit. So with the fact that I made a few changes, I hope you guys enjoy what I have to offer. Question number 5 is, which games have you been playing? Now, in terms of gaming console wise, I have dedicated the time to play one game. I'm almost finished with this game, honestly. I have been playing Bloodborne, which is a very addicting game to me. I spend so much hours just trying to play this game all in itself. I do gotta be honest, the game is pretty frustrating and a little bit tedious at times, but all in itself, I think the game is definitely worth playing, and the lawnmower is mowing outside if you guys cannot hear already. But anyway, so yes, Bloodborne has been my console game for this month. I haven't even played my other 2 new games yet because I'm just currently trying to play and finish Bloodborne. I mean, I could finish the game if I wanted to, but for some weird reason, I just had to go and just try to beat I think the hidden boss in the game, which of course if you guys have played the game overall generally, you guys will pretty much know what I'm talking about, and it's pretty frustrating at this very moment, but eventually I'll beat it and obtain all these trophies sometime soon before I could, move on into my other few that I thought would be interesting to play for a while. Now, in terms of like what I have been playing on my phone, I have been playing 2 games. I have been playing Best Fiends, and I have also been playing Word Cookies, which is also a very fun word game that I have ever played before. These games are obviously really good, and I highly recommend them. Okay, question number 6. Did you travel anywhere? To be honest with you guys, I have not traveled anywhere in Pacific. I mostly like drove out of town just to like, you know, run a few errands, to do some shopping, and to go out to dinner, you know, little things like that. But overall, I didn't really do much for travel other than like just going out of town to just, you know, do errands and that kind of stuff. Okay, so question number 7, and this would have to be like my favorite question ever. So the question is, what foods did you try and loved? I got to try out so much food this month, mostly like a lot of chips and junk food and that kind of stuff. So I got a few chips on my lap right here that I thought I would just show you guys. Let me take the clipping off so I can give you guys a better show. So the first one is the Deep River snacks called Maui Sweet Onion Kettle Cooked Potato Chip flavor. These are really, really good. Normally, I'm not the type of person that cares much for onions too much, but these are absolutely delicious. These are the best tasting chips I have ever tried in my life. So, so good. And yeah, I have been consuming these babies, as you can see. The next chips that I have been trying is these lentil chips. That is the spicy sriracha lentil chips. These are really, really good. Normally I don't get into spices, but sometimes I do think sriracha is really good. And as you can tell, I have been consuming these too. The last pair of chips that I thought I would show you guys is these quinoa chips that are like sea salt flavored. And I think that's pretty much it for like the chip wise. I have also been loving the movie theater popcorn that Trader Joe's offered. I have also been loving the Gardein vegan pizza pockets, which I thought were really good and really delicious. And this next item I'm going to be talking about is something I have been trying for a while, and that is the Hillary patties. Mostly when it comes to veggie patties, there has been quite a lot that I have not been satisfied with, but for some weird reason, the Hillary patties I feel have been so delicious for me to eat. They got like the original, they got the, I think some type of beans, and then it also comes in like a brown rice kind of. Those type of hamburger patties have been my absolute favorite. And I think Trader Joe's has like this Thai sweet chili veggie patties, which are also really good. I really do love those type of hamburger patties. And in terms of what else I have been trying, I'm looking through this really quick. Okay, so there was a few things I forgot to mention. I tried out this place called Teriyaki Madness, and I tried out their tofu bowl, which was really, really good. It's kind of like on the same line as like Panda Express, but I really do love their teriyaki sauce. Their teriyaki sauce is so, so good and so delicious. In terms of what else I have been trying over at Trader Joe's, I tried out their veggie burritos, which were really good and really delicious. So yes, those vegetarian and sometimes vegan options, those are the ones I do highly recommend. All of them are really delicious. I think that's pretty much everything I covered for the foods I've tried and loved. Definitely. So much stuff that I ate this month. Question number 8 is, which songs have you listened to the most? I normally listen to like the same types of music on like constant repeat for like months at a time. So I have been listening to a lot of Birthday Massacre music, as some of you may know already. Like I have been listening to, you know, Pins and Needles, Hide and Seek, Walking with Strangers, Violet, you know, just all kinds of their albums mostly. Superstition, definitely. Their album I have been listening to the most, however, has been Imagica. And normally I don't get into like their new music for like a very while for some weird reason. To give you a general idea of their songs I've been listening to on their newest album, Imagica, is definitely Over. Like, I love how that song has been remade. I like Remember Me, and I have also been loving Nothing and Nowhere, Dead, Open Your Heart. That was also a remake too. I think one of Madonna's music or songs, I think, which I think the way they interpreted that song is really, really cool. And I also like Queen of Hearts and Nighttime. Those are the songs I've been listening to on that album the very most. And in terms of other music outside the Birthday Massacre, obviously, I have been listening to Halo by Starset. I have also been listening to 306 by Emily Autumn. I have also been listening to Gotta Be Somebody by Nickelback. Nickelback is a really great band to listen to. And I have also been listening to We Are by Hollywood Undead. Those type of songs in particular gives you a general idea of like my music taste. So hopefully you guys will be able to, you know, give those type of artists or bands a chance. They have just been very catchy to me this month lately, which are both really good. I do love edgy, alternative, punk rock type of music. Pretty much my favorite type of music, to be honest. I like music with a little bit of edge to it. Okay, so question number 9 is, do you have any favorite items for the month? There's a few items in particular that I have been loving for this past month. The first at the top of my list that I really wanted to point out, I actually explained this in my Christmas haul video actually, but I have been loving my page a day art gallery calendar, and as you can see, Saturday is the day that I am actually filming. If you guys can see, it's kind of glary on camera, isn't it? Probably because the lighting too, but for some weird reason during the weekends it kind of like shows Saturday and Sunday as like one particular day for some weird reason. But yes, as you can see, this weekend, I suppose you could say, for Saturday and Sunday is this art piece right here, which are like 2 circles that are kind of like simple shapes or something. The nicest thing about it is it gives you a general idea of like the person that made the art piece, what time period that it became famous, where it originated from, what museum or gallery it's currently being held in, and the overall particular name for like this art piece in general. I would say that's pretty much all that information about this. And as you can see, it goes on for like so much more, as you can see. But yes, I have been loving this page a day calendar. Wait, I had it on backwards. What's wrong with me? Okay, so there has also been other items in Pacific that has also been my absolute favorite. As you can tell from the inner corners of my eyes, I got the Supernova Diva ring light, which has been so amazing to me. This is actually the first time I'm actually using this lighting setup. And I have also been loving my Rode microphone, which is also a really good quality microphone for my camera, which of course you could tell that the audio and the visual look of this video in Pacific is so much more different. These have been my absolute favorite for the whole entire month, and I am very glad that I got to get those two when I had a chance. Final question at number 10 is, what is something that you learned? So I really had to dedicate this time to really do think about it, but something I got to learn over this past month or so is, I think people will tend to take views, opinions, and beliefs way too seriously. Instead of respecting like what other people think or what they actually believe in a specific type of person, sometimes they tend to take it way too seriously to a point where it feels like a complete threat to them, or to a point where it's like you're losing friendships over just the littlest things that you have a different opinion on. Just things like that kind of irritates me sometimes. I'm sure you guys have heard this on the news or something, but to give a general idea of an example, I think these people from like Chicago did like a live stream on these group of people that were attacking like this handicapped person, torturing him, and all this other kind of nasty stuff, all because he was a Donald Trump supporter. And I gotta be honest, I am not a huge Donald Trump supporter myself, but I'm not just gonna randomly go and attack somebody or threaten somebody or to just, tear somebody down just because they have a different belief than me. You know what I mean? Even if somebody is a part of a religion that I don't feel comfortable in, I'm not gonna personally attack that person because I don't agree with it. But it's just so stupid and so ridiculous how people think nowadays. Just little examples like that just kind of irritates me sometimes, but hey, that's just me, right? You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to believe in however you want to believe, just as long as it doesn't result into anything crazy or over the top. That is completely fine. So that is pretty much it for what I had to share for my very first update favorites type of video. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to share for what I've done for this past month. So if you enjoyed and you would love to see more of these type of videos in the near future, just be sure to sucker punch that like button down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please do dedicate the time and effort to subscribe to my lovely channel to become a part of my army of darkness. And you will be updated with a brand new video every single Friday as well as Sundays now. So that is pretty much it. And again, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking to the end of this video. You guys are so awesome for doing that. If you are interested in following me outside of YouTube, all of my social medias will be listed in the description box down below. All of that information is listed down below. Okay, so with all that randomness that I have just talked about, have a completely chill week, an awesome day or night, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video. So until then, stay completely dark and so fucking brutal and awesome, my friends. So don't forget to stick up your devil horns for me, like I'm doing right now. So take care. Bye for now. So, welcome back to another episode of Okay, so for today's story alone, I recently found another creepypasta online. So I